Hi goddesses, so today I've got the green part of my stash for you. Just to recap, this doesn't include the Barry M's, the Kikos, the hollows, the neons or the textures, but this is all the other greens that I have. Somebody asked me after the other post, why do all the others live in separate boxes? Well, because otherwise boxes like the green box become overfilled and then I've got nowhere to put them. So I go, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll strip the hollows out, I'll put them in a separate box, or ooh, I'll strip the textures out. Helps for a while. Okay, so first thing we are going to do, as we did before, is just have a little bit of a sort out whilst I put colours that are similar-ish in the same kind of place, and then colours that are glittery I'm going to put over there, and dark ones I'm going to put somewhere separate as well. I just find that when I'm sorting through my stash, and especially if I want to de-stash a little bit, this little bit of prep goes a long way. So, as you know, I'm not a green lover by any stretch of the imagination. Even so, as you can see, I have amassed quite a few. Some of them I actually do like, and I know that might surprise you. So some of these I like. Some of them I have literally just for nail art purposes, because especially if you're doing roses and all that sort of stuff, you need greens, and some of them do match my skin tone. I think that is my biggest single problem with green, that because my skin tone is quite pale, it's just not a natural fit. So already I can see that we may have some dupes in the room, so let's start having a look. So down the top here we have three very intense teals. Whoops. Now the teals kind of live a little bit in the green box and a little bit in the blue box. Who knows what colour they really are. I think it just depends really which box has got the most room in it at any one time. I did have quite a good de-stash of teals not so long ago, so I'm happy that I'm keeping all these three. We've got the Killer Dark one, which is OPI Ski Teal We Drop. A lighter one, which is Picture Polish Marine, which to me isn't turquoise. There's definite teal tones in there. And then one that's a bit between the two, which is Sally Hansen Jungle Gem. I always try and keep hold of my Sally Hansen Complete Salon Manicures, just because they go on so beautifully. The application is really fabulous. So let's turn our attention first then to these pastels. So not too bad actually. I think although they are similar, they are all actually different. Ha! So this one is my absolute favourite. This is OPI Thanks a Win Million. I just love it. I love the dusty quality that it has. It's built on a cream base rather than a white base. I just love it. If you wonder what I mean by it's built on a cream base rather than a white base, that's your comparison. Can you see the China Glaze is just totally different in tone. The China Glaze is Refreshment, which I'm sure a lot of you will have. Great polish. China Glaze, you just can't go wrong. And then there's a W7 one, which I got for review, which is similar. I think this is Spearmint something. Yeah, called Spearmint. It's a little darker, possibly a little bit more towards the blue spectrum as well. Then we have Sally Hansen Green Tea, which I love. It's a tad darker than the China Glaze, but as I've said before, it just goes on beautifully. And then slightly different to to those three in tone, we have Stranger Tides from the OPI Pirates of the Caribbean collection, which is one of my all-time favourite OPI collections. Do you know, I can't actually ever remember wearing this, so I'm going to need to find out whether I need to do something about that. Okay, let's go up to Glitter Corner. So if I move those there and then those out of the way, that'll give us a little bit more room to play. So first of all, we've got this fantastic emerald green glitter bomb from Smitten. This is called Namen, which I haven't got a clue what it's named after, but it sure is pretty. Then we have Hair Golden Years. This is just one of my favourite ever polishes. I adore this. It's actually got a petrol jelly base, but then lots of greeny goldy glitters in it, and I just love it. This is a literary lacquer, bionic detector. Now, I think I've told the story before. Amy is exceptional at knowing whether to send me minis or big bottles and what I'll like. We shocked both of us when I loved this. It's just an amazing black and teal glitter. Absolutely fab. Masterpiece by Cadillac, one of my very favourite green glitters. The clash of the colours is just amazing. Absolutely love it. I think you've seen that quite a bit on the blog. Then we have this one, which is called Snowfall. This is a polish bar one, a very gentle Christmas glitter, nice and subtle. And this is Chirality. This is from their first, is it the second? The first, I think, serial killer collection. And this is called Applejack the Ripper. So this is green glitters in a white base. And I remember being shocked that I actually loved this polish. Right, I've been holding back on these three because we do have three that are quite similar. So we have Black Cat Lacquer, we can pickle that, which is a lovely mint green with glitters in. Okay, we then have a Smitten Pink Goes Good with Green, which is a gorgeous green polish with pink and purple in it. Just see if I don't think focus is the main objective of the camera today. And then a polish bar lovely, which is called Perfect Harmony, which is also green but with lilac glitters in. Now, I do know I've reviewed these three before because at one point I had 5 polishes that were frighteningly similar. If I turn these all that way round, and maybe zoom in if my camera so chooses. You can see they are subtly different. So on the basis that 2 of them are minis, I'm not going to destash those. They'll be fine. Oh, and a couple of other glitters that I almost missed. Daring Digits Fallen Leaves, very, very weird and unusual. Unlike anything else I've got, it's just a lovely subtle green hollow glittery thing. And Dolly Polish Zombie Flesh, I absolutely love it. Truth be told, does it suit me? I'm not sure, but it's a work of art. Absolutely love that polish. Okay, so now to our next issue then. So there appears to be some element of dupage possibly going on here. So first up we have It's Alive by China Glaze. This is one of their Halloween polishes from a couple of years ago. Not getting rid of that. Absolutely gorgeous. And this is another of those Revlon streetwear polishes. It's a very old one. This is called Toad, which always makes me laugh, and it's great for nail art. And then we also have, which is not like any of the others, Overcast by Mentality. This is one of my favourite green polishes. It's super dark, but with this amazing gold aspect to it that I really, really like. So that then leaves us with 3 polishes that are very similar. Now, let's be honest, they are the same colour. It's just that one of them is a cream and 2 of them are, a bit more metallic. So first of all, we've got the cream then, which is West Side Warrior by China Glaze. So we'll keep that one. And then we have an Above the Curve, which is Anona, and a China Glaze, which is Aggro. Now, actually, I thought for a minute when I got them in my hand they were looking different, but they're actually not that much different. To a non-green lover, they are not so different that they're worth keeping both. So one of them I will de-stash. I've then got this little pile here, and I think all of these are different. Greens are the ones where there's basically no chance, well, very little chance of them being duplicates or similar, just because I don't love green enough to keep buying the same ones. So a Bettina one. Bettina is great. This is called green because, you know, you might think it was orange, but this is lovely. It's also quite an obnoxious colour, which I like. China Glaze Starboard, man, I have used this so much. For a long time, this was pretty much my only green polish, and it got used in every nail art ever that needed green. So there's probably about 1/3 of the bottle gone for that, which is unusual. A Man Glaze, so the green one is Norsum Sauce. Very nice, very dark. Another Hits polish, a Hits Flaky. You can't get rid of something that pretty. Just look, I mean, the chances of me wearing it, they're quite low, but will you look at how pretty that is? So this one is called Samba, and very, very nice it is too. A teeny tiny lacquer head polish called Green Goddess, which I got for review quite a while ago. Now this one I kept because the texture is really unusual, and it works quite well if you're doing grass on your nails. So this isn't matte, but it's got quite a flat tone to it. So it's only a mini, so I keep that. Glittering Garland by China Glaze, one of their other very famous greens. This is my concession to dark green Christmassy colours. Barriel, so this one is Mirza's Meadow. It's a nice yellowy pale green. I would never wear this as a mani on its own. This would only ever be used for nail art or a base for nail art. And don't talk back to me. We all have to have a fugly colour that we love, don't we? So this is mine. I really like it. It doesn't suit me, but I can't bear to lose it because it's just such a unique colour. And then the final one in these greens is Impulsive by Superficially Coloured Lacquers. This is another thermal. I'm struggling to remember off the top of my head what this goes to, whether it goes from emerald green to dark green. I think that's what it does. As I said before in the orange post, can't recommend these highly enough. Really, really good, and a really lovely, unusual matte quality to them as well. So there we go. This is the smallest colour collection. Well, actually, no, that's not true, because I don't really have a brown collection or a yellow collection, which they would be the smallest. But of the mainstream colours, this is probably the smallest one that I've got. There are a few in the textures, and really when I keep greens, it's because I've decided I need one for nail art for the variety. I very rarely keep them unless they're sort of glittery ones, because I genuinely love them. So with the exception of the glitters, most of these have been bought because I felt I needed them to do nail art that involved green. So I've seen somebody do a beautiful mint and pink mani, or I've seen somebody do some lovely dark green trees, or it was Christmas. There's also probably a much higher proportion of stuff sent for sample in here as well, because if I've been sent it and it's a green and I actually liked it, I won't already have it, so they tend to get kept. So that's my greens. Thank you for watching. If you think there's a green that, oh my God, you need to have it, please let me know. And if I've got a green that you don't have, that you suddenly got quite a lust for, let me know that as well. I'm going to recommend you one. Get Cadillac, get Masterpiece. Just look at it. Just look at it. Let's take it up to the light, because it is the most spectacular polish. That combination of green and red is just utterly amazing. So if you're going to buy one green to be like the Crumpet, make it that one, okay? Because that is by far the most gorgeous one. And if I was going to recommend one mint green, it would be OPI, Thanks a Windmillion. And the only other one probably I would rush out to replace if I had a fire or somebody came and stole them would be Mentality Overcast, because it's so dark and so different. The others, yeah, I don't look at these like I do my other colours and go, oh, I want to wear that one now. Oh, no, there is another one. There is another one. Where's it gone? Hair, Golden Years. That is an utter classic. And again, if you see that under the light, and I don't know why my camera doesn't want to focus. Oh, it likes things far away today. That's helpful. But this is just the most stunning polish. Absolutely stunning. So there we go. There's your greens. I'll be back soon with another box of treasures. I'll warn you, when we get to the purples, it's going to take 5 posts. No way that's going to fit in one. Bye for now.